Level 1, the unknown. You are nobody. Not as an insult, just as a fact. You post content 3 times a week and your videos average 62 views. You know exactly which 11 of those are from people who actually chose to watch, because the rest are your mother, your 2 cousins, and yourself checking if the thumbnail loaded correctly. You have a day job. You wake up for it every morning and you do it, and you come home and you make content for the audience that doesn't exist yet. You study the people who have what you want. You reverse engineer their hooks, their pacing, their titles. You tell yourself you're one breakthrough away. You have been one breakthrough away for 2 years. Your friends don't ask about the channel anymore. They asked for the first 6 months, and then they stopped, which is its own kind of answer. Your parents are supportive in the way that parents are supportive when they don't understand what you're doing but love you anyway. You keep going, not because the evidence tells you to, but because stopping feels like a different kind of failure than the one you're already living with. Most people who start here never leave. They post a few hundred times and disappear and become part of the audience for someone else. You don't know yet which kind of person you are. Level 2, the micro creator. Something worked. One video hit 40,000 views on a platform where you were averaging 400. Your follower count went from 900 to 7,000 in a week, and you checked your phone so many times you drained the battery 3 days in a row. You are now a micro creator. You have enough of an audience that small brands notice you. A supplement company offers you free product. A phone case company offers you $50. You say yes to everything because yes is what you say when you're still hungry enough to be grateful. You are still working your day job. You are editing videos on your lunch break and filming in your car before you go inside for dinner. Your manager has noticed you're distracted. You notice him noticing. You do not care. You are chasing the feeling of that one video, and you need to feel it again. You try to isolate the variable, what made it work, the hook, the length, the topic, the time of day. You cannot isolate it. The algorithm does not explain itself. You learn that the algorithm is a landlord that takes 70% and raises the rent without notice. But you stay anyway, because this is the only building in town. Level 3, the full-timer. You quit your job on a Thursday. You gave 2 weeks' notice. Your manager said he wasn't surprised. You sat your parents down and told them this was real now, that you had done the math, that you had 6 months of savings. Your father asked about health insurance. You had a partially true answer. You are a full-time creator now. What this means in practice is that you have no boss and also no structure, no paid leave, no one to tell you what to do, and no one to blame when nothing gets done. You are the product and the factory and the sales team. You pass 100,000 followers. You pass 200,000. The money is real but not as large as people assume. You made $95,000 last year. You paid $30,000 in taxes you hadn't planned for because nobody teaches creators about quarterly estimates until they've missed them twice. You paid an editor. You paid for equipment. What remained was less than your old salary. You tell no one this. You post about gratitude and the freedom of doing what you love. Both things are true. The financial reality is also true. You learn to hold all of it at once. Level 4, the rising star. You hit 1 million followers. You remember exactly where you were. You remember taking the screenshot and not knowing who to send it to. 1 million people is not a number the human brain can hold, so you don't try to hold it. You just keep working. Your income has changed in a way that now requires professionals to manage. Brand deals are coming in at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per post. You have an agent. You have a manager. You have an accountant who specializes specifically in creators and charges accordingly. These people take 40% of your gross, and without them you would be drowning. You are being invited to things, events and rooms where everyone is pretending not to look at everyone else, industry parties where the drinks are free and the networking is the point. You are on the edge of something larger. You can see the inside, but you are not inside yet. People treat you differently now. Not everyone, but enough that you notice. Some of it is good. Some of it is the specific discomfort of realizing that some people's interest in you is contingent on a number that could change. You start watching who is around when the numbers are up and who is less available when a video underperforms. You file that information away. You become a better reader of rooms. Level 5, the name. You are famous now, not internet famous, not creator famous, actually famous. You are recognized at airports. You are recognized in cities you have never made content about. People stop mid-sentence in conversations when they see you. You learn the polite acknowledgement, the efficient photo, the the specific smile that costs you nothing and satisfies the transaction. Your work has crossed over. A television appearance, a book deal, a product line that sold out in 40 minutes. You hired security for the first time not because something dangerous happened, but because your team looked at the messages and made the call. Now there is a man near you at every public event. You do not know his family. He knows yours. The parasocial relationship has become a structural feature of your life. People feel they know you. They have watched you for years, through breakups you documented and losses you shared and small moments you offered as evidence that you were real. They love a version of you that you curated carefully. When you diverge from that version, even slightly, the response is immediate and disproportionate. You had one bad week last month. You said something in a long-form interview that was taken as a 12-second clip and seen by 25 million people without context. Your publicist handled it. You apologized for something you didn't fully mean. You moved on faster than your audience did. Level 6, the brand. You are a legal entity now. Multiple LLCs for reasons your accountant has explained 3 times and you understand approximately 40% of. You have a trademark. You have a merch line. You have a team of 12 people whose rent depends on your continued relevance. Your face is on products. Your name is on a billboard in a city you have never visited. You wake up and have meetings, real meetings with people in suits discussing market positioning and demographic trends, and whether your audience is aging with you or staying young without you. You are the CEO of a company you never planned to start. You are also the product being sold. You are not creating anymore. You are approving. You are reviewing edits that your team made based on a brief you gave 6 days ago. The thing that made people care in the first place, the rawness, the specificity, the feeling that you were a real person talking to them, is harder to produce now because you have less time to actually be that person. Your audience senses the distance. Some of them name it. Some of them leave. Most stay for now. Level 7, the institution. You have been famous for 15 years. You are not the new thing. You are something more permanent. Your early work is referenced in articles about your industry. Younger creators cite you as an influence in interviews you are now too senior to give. You have received awards you used to watch on television as a child, sitting in seats that are now yours, shaking hands with people you once had as posters. You sit on boards. You give commencement speeches. You have a foundation. The establishment has absorbed you, and you are part of the thing that new people are reacting against, which means that the audience who loved you when you were dangerous now finds you comfortable, and comfort is not what anyone came here for. Your money is generational. Your children will not need to work. You are trying to raise them to want it anyway. It is not going as well as you hoped. The hardest opponent you face every day is the earlier version of yourself that the internet has preserved in perfect condition. Every new project is compared to something you made when you had nothing to lose. That version of you had no idea how good he had it. Level 8, the icon. The word fits now, and it no longer embarrasses you. You are bigger than your work. Your name means something to people who have never consumed anything you've made. You are a shorthand, a symbol, a reference point for a moment in culture that people who weren't there have retrofitted into meaning. Museums have considered your work. Documentaries have been made about you by people you've never met. 2 unauthorized biographies have been published. You read the first one and stopped midway because being narrated by a stranger who has assembled your life from public records and secondhand accounts is a specific disorientation you are not equipped to process on a Thursday afternoon. You have not been an ordinary person in public for 17 years. You don't remember what that feels like. You try to describe anonymity to your children and realize you are describing a country they have never visited and you can no longer fully map from memory. Level 9, the myth. You retired, or something close to it, enough that the public treats your absence as an era ending. Your name exists in the culture without your participation now. You are referenced in songs by artists who were children when you started. You are a costume option at Halloween. You are a meme format that has outlived the original context. You sit somewhere quiet and read about yourself occasionally, and the person being described is accurate in some ways and unrecognizable in others, and you have made peace with the fact that both are true. You think about the beginning, the 62 views, the drained battery, the friends who stopped asking. You wish you could tell that version of yourself something useful, something that would have made the middle easier. You don't know what it would be. The truth wouldn't have stopped you. The truth wouldn't have helped you. You needed to not know. The not knowing was the fuel. Somewhere right now, in a city you've never been to, Someone is checking their phone after posting a video. 62 views. They are doing the math on which ones are real. They are going to keep going anyway, not because they have evidence that they should, but because stopping feels like the only failure they aren't willing to accept. They will not become you. Almost no one does. But they don't know that yet. That not knowing is exactly what they need to keep moving. The cycle continues.